All right, it's October, and that means it's time for Fright Night Reviews. And tonight I'm going to be reviewing.
Constantine, so stay tuned to CineLex.
All right, Constantine, directed by Francis Lawrence, who later on went to direct Hunger Games as well as Red Sparrow, starring Keanu Reeves as Constantine, Rachel Weisz as Angela, Jijimon Hunson as Midnight, Shia LaBeouf as Chaz, Tilda Swinton as Gabriel, Peter Stormare as Satan, great job by the way, and Gavin Rosdale as Balthazar. Okay, Constantine, set in the late 90s, early 2000s era, and it is very telling of the times there. Set in LA, and it's an alternative version of Constantine. In the comic books, he typically is a little bit more sort of beige trench coat, amber colored hair, blonde colored hair. In this version, it's a very Keanu role. It's a black suit, and it's black hair. But what's cool about this is the contrast and the stylization of choosing this to be in LA, where there's a lot more beige tone and sun and sand during the daylight shots, where you see a very dark character, someone by their nature, literally, is dark hair, dark clothes. It looks good. Even today, the visuals still hold up very nice, and the cinematography is still on point. I really love this movie. This is one of my favorite go-tos during Halloween. It's a DC film, and it taking on the Exorcist style and making it edgy and cool, but still keeping to a very noir feel. It's a fine line to walk, and I like that they chose to do it the way they have. I think this is a very perfect Keanu Reeves type role because he is so typecasted. It's hard to see a movie without him and think how similar he was to a previous role. Any movie I see, it's hard to not see Neo or Constantine or John Wick. He's a very typecasted character. But what I'm really excited about is that I'm hearing he's going to come back for a potential role again in another Constantine film. Like I said, even today, the movie's really holding up. All-star cast. Rachel Weisz was held back a little bit in her role here. She ends up, because of the role she has to play, she ends up being a damsel in distress, and therefore I think becomes a little bit withheld. You can tell that she's reaching out a bit more in her performance. Rachel is a grade A actress. I really appreciate almost everything she's in. And it's really nice to also see Tilda Swinton, who's always playing variations of androgynous characters. This one was perfectly written for Tilda Swinton. Really loved what she did. Even the little bit of time I got to see of Gavin Rosdale, it was great. I mean, it's a really good LA noir, and everybody who is in it is a lot of those prime characters and people, especially of the time, that you would have seen or considered very LA people. There's even a shot, if you have not seen Domino, of the original Domino, fully shaved head in a dark club. So if you haven't seen it yet, and you have seen the movie Domino, that's a whole other thing to get on to. And that was the whole idea. So all these very underground type people who have lived the kinds of lives that are on the edge, close to death, or died and come back. It's pretty cool. And they make a lot of what comes off as, very restricted niche of religion into something a bit more relatable, where a lot of people say they have seen or been around or have experienced a form of death, and therefore can relate a lot more to some of what these characters go through and their questioning of, life, love, God, existence, not. It's a good, fun ride to go on. I would highly recommend this one during Halloween. It's hard to find a lot of qualms with this. Honestly, Peter Stormare as Satan is perfect. Absolutely. Every time I get to see, and it's so brief, he jumps straight into this character, and it is absolutely a bit further away from most characters he's played. It is the freedom that you would imagine a Satan would be playing, and it's fun. You can see how much he enjoyed being Satan for this brief moment in the film. If you haven't had the chance yet to see this, I would highly recommend checking out Constantine. And keep an eye out. It looks like they're going to potentially be doing a sequel. But let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Remember to keep it cordial, you guys. I'm Lexi West, and this has been CineLex. Thanks again for watching the Halloween special edition of CineLex. If you want to support the channel, check out my online shop where I have special Halloween stickers, masks, shirts, pumpkins, as well as a lot of other spooky merch. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and thanks for watching CineLex.